From the deadly accuracy of the MP-18 to the stopping power of the Luger P08, these are the weapons and explosives that shaped World War I. Let's start our list with rifles and carbines. The Lee-Enfield SMLE Mk III was one of the most widely used infantry rifles of the British Empire during World War I. Introduced into military service in 1907, this bolt-action rifle became the standard firearm for British, Canadian, Australian, Indian, and New Zealand troops throughout the war. Let's move on to our next weapon. The Mauser Gewehr 98 was the standard service rifle of the German Army during World War I, and one of the most respected bolt-action rifles ever made. Adopted in 1898, it became the backbone of German infantry across every major front of the war. Built for durability and accuracy, it featured a strong bolt-action system, a 5-round internal magazine, and a long barrel that delivered excellent long-range performance. Its reliability in harsh trench conditions made it one of the most dependable rifles of the conflict. So let's move on to submachine guns. The MP-18 was the world's first practical submachine gun, introduced by Germany in 1918 during the final months of World War I. Designed for close-quarters combat, it was primarily issued to German stormtroopers during trench assaults. Its compact design and rapid rate of fire made it highly effective in confined spaces, and it laid the foundation for the development of modern submachine guns used throughout the 20th century. The Vickers Machine was an early automatic weapon introduced by Italy during World War I. Originally designed for aircraft, it was later adapted for use by elite Italian assault troops in close-range combat. Although unconventional in design, the Vickers Machine became an important step in the evolution of the submachine gun and influenced the development of later automatic infantry weapons. Now we've arrived at pistols. The Luger P08 was Germany's iconic semi-automatic pistol during World War I, primarily issued to officers, pilots, artillery crews, and specialized troops. Known for its distinctive toggle lock mechanism and elegant design, it became one of the most recognizable handguns of the era. Praised for its accuracy and craftsmanship, the Luger P08 was highly sought after as a battlefield trophy by Allied soldiers and remains one of the most famous pistols in military history. The Webley Mk VI was the standard service revolver of the British Army during World War I. Known for its rugged construction and top-break design, it was widely carried by officers, artillery crews, and support personnel across multiple battlefields. Reliable even in muddy trench conditions, the Webley Mk VI became one of the most iconic military revolvers of the First World War and remained in service for many years afterward. Now we've reached one of the best parts, sniper and precision rifles. The Mosin-Nagant M1891 was the standard service rifle of the Russian Empire during World War I. Known for its rugged construction and reliability, it continued to function in the harsh conditions of mud, snow, and extreme cold on the Eastern Front. Some rifles were equipped with early telescopic sights for sniper use, while millions served as the primary weapon of Russian infantry. Its durability and long service life made it one of the most enduring military rifles in history. We've reached my favorite weapon of them all. The Ross Rifle Mk III was the standard service rifle of Canadian forces during the early years of World War I. Renowned for its exceptional accuracy, it was favored by skilled marksmen and later found success as a sniper rifle. However, the rifle was prone to jamming in the muddy conditions of trench warfare, leading to its eventual replacement as Canada's primary infantry weapon. Despite this, it earned a lasting reputation for long-range precision. Now we've reached one of the most widely used weapon types in the war, machine guns. The Vickers Machine Gun was the standard heavy machine gun of the British Army during World War I. Its water-cooled design allowed it to fire continuously for long periods, making it one of the most reliable weapons of the war. Widely used on the Western Front and other major battlefields, the Vickers played a crucial role in defending trench positions and became one of the most iconic machine guns in military history. The MG08 was the standard heavy machine gun of the German Army during World War I. Based on the Maxim design, its water-cooled system allowed it to fire continuously for extended periods without overheating, making it a powerful defensive weapon. Widely deployed on the Western and Eastern fronts, the MG08 became one of the defining weapons of trench warfare, playing a major role in defending fortified positions and shaping the brutal nature of the conflict. Now let's move on to shotguns. The Winchester Model 1897 Trench Gun was a pump-action shotgun used by American forces during World War I, specifically for close-quarters trench combat. Its powerful 12-gauge ammunition made it highly effective in the confined spaces of trenches and bunkers. Feared for its devastating close-range performance, the trench gun became one of the most iconic American weapons of the war and remains a symbol of World War I trench warfare. So what's our next weapon? The Winchester model. 1912 was a reliable pump-action shotgun used by American forces during the later stages of World War I. Designed as the successor to the model 1897, it featured a stronger, hammerless design that improved durability and handling. Highly effective in close-quarters trench combat, the Model 1912 earned a reputation for its reliability and remained in military service for decades after the war. Haha, now let's get to grenades and launchers. The Mills Bomb No. 5 was the standard hand grenade of the British Army during World War I and one of the first modern fragmentation grenades. Its grooved cast-iron body scattered deadly fragments upon detonation, making it highly effective in trench warfare. Used extensively on the Western Front and other major battlefields, the Mills Bomb became one of the most iconic and widely issued grenades of the First World War. The Livens projector was a simple but powerful trench mortar used by the British Army during World War I. It was designed to launch large canisters filled with poison gas or high explosives into enemy trenches during major offensives. Often fired in massive coordinated volleys, the Livens projector created devastating surprise attacks and became one of the most distinctive indirect weapons used on the Western Front. Now let's move on to underwater and specialized weapons. German contact naval mines were floating explosives deployed by warships and U-boats to block enemy shipping routes and protect strategic waters during World War I. Hidden beneath the surface, they exploded when a ship struck their contact horns, causing severe damage below the waterline. Widely used in the North Sea and the English Channel, these mines disrupted Allied naval operations and remained one of the most dangerous hidden threats of the war. The Flammenwerfer M.16 was one of the first modern portable flamethrowers used during World War I. Introduced by Germany, it was primarily deployed to clear enemy trenches, bunkers, and fortified positions where conventional firearms were less effective. Beyond its destructive power, the weapon became infamous for the fear it created on the battlefield, making it one of the most psychologically intimidating weapons of the First World War. Finally, we've reached our last category: edged weapons and breaching tools. The trench club was an improvised melee weapon widely used during World War I, especially in nighttime trench raids and close-quarters combat. Usually made from wood and reinforced with metal, nails, or lead, it was designed for silent attacks in confined trench environments. Simple yet effective, the trench club became one of the most recognizable symbols of the brutal hand-to-hand fighting that defined trench warfare. Sword bayonets were long-bladed bayonets, typically measuring 40 to 50 centimeters, designed to be attached to the muzzle of infantry rifles. They transformed rifles into spear-like weapons for close-quarters combat, particularly during trench assaults and defensive actions. Although increasingly impractical as modern warfare evolved, sword bayonets became a lasting symbol of the brutal hand-to-hand fighting that characterized the battlefields of World War I. Thank you so much for watching. What topic should we explore next? Let me know your ideas in the comments. I'd love to hear them. See you in the next video. Take care and goodbye.